Hello everybody, we are the Bird and the Bear, and welcome to our YouTube playlist. It's the Bird here with the Bear, and I wanted to give you a little bit of brief IL2 history, at least my history with IL2. When I first played this, it was a demo, and this demo featured one aircraft, and that was the IL2 Sturmovik. Oleg Maddox created this. It was his favorite airplane, and he had created simulations for the Russian military and was quite good at it. And, well, when he went in private business for himself, that's when he started work on IL2, at least as far as I understand it. If somebody knows better, they can correct me. I was ecstatic when I was able to get my hands on this. This is the very first IL2 release. This was mine, and I had to order it because no stores around here were going to carry this. This is a niche market, and nobody wanted to keep it in their stores, but there were a few stores in those days who were willing to order stuff for you. I dare you to order it from Walmart now. It came with something that you're going to find real familiar with this series. Is here we have the IL2 control keys. We have a list of gauges and what they do and what they look like on different nations' aircraft. Sit up straight there, Bear. Okay, so this was probably somewhere, oh my goodness, I don't even remember how long ago it was. I don't remember the years things came out, but I can tell you right now that this says copyright 2001, and I got it as soon as I was able to get my hands on it. Okay, next, released in 2003, was the Forgotten Battles version of this game, which contained all the previous content plus new airplanes. So many of them that they had to come on 2 CDs. Okay, this is 2003. I probably didn't get it until 2004, but I guarantee you I longed for it before that. And this one came with this manual, this game manual that tells you things that I know a whole lot of people would like to know about the game versions that are out even right now. And once again, came with one of these. And so, after much clamoring, the Maddox team put together an expansion pack. An actual expansion pack that you added on to the previous game, which you could put it on Forgotten Battles. You didn't have to have the first one because it was already included in Forgotten Battles. We got the Ace expansion pack, and along with the Ace expansion pack was another little manual that explained just exactly what we were getting, what's new. Well, the new aircraft included the P-51s, the P-63, the P-38s, at least a couple of models of them, the YP-80 Shooting Star, even though there was no cockpit available for it, the ME-163A and the ME-162A2, TA-152H1, as we used to like to call a long-nosed Focke-Wulf missile. And this goes on and on. There's several of them, and there's AI-only aircraft listed over here. But there's new ships, and we got 3 new Normandy maps, which we never had Normandy at all. And we got an Ardennes map for the winter and one for the summer. And we also got online 8 islands. We got, so this was very cool. American airplanes, us Yanks really loved it. Enough is never really enough, is it? We were covering the war, and it seemed like parts of the war were missing. I don't really think that the Maddox team expected to cover this thing globally. sure they were hopeful, but we had yet to see any Pacific Theater content. We were really surprised to find out that it was being worked on. And later the same year, I believe, as the Ace expansion pack, because this is 2004, is when the copyright is. I don't know if it actually got released in 2004, but once again, I got it as soon as I got my hands on it. And we suddenly had Pacific Theater. Pacific Fighters was released as a standalone game. This was not part of the other series. Didn't work like the other series. We had carrier takeoffs and landings, which was very, very cool. I remember learning how to do this. I thought, I'll never get this down. It's just something I tried over and over again. It just seemed like most of the fun was just trying to take off and land with the aircraft, let alone the fighting that was going to occur later. Okay, and it came with a great manual. Just look at this. Look at this. There's something about a physical manual, a book, that I really love and enjoy. And once again, I had to order these things. And here's from Pacific Fighters. And none of the other content is listed in this. And this is simply a key guide, which is very nice if you were learning to do this and this was all new to you. You could sit down and put this thing, stand it up next to you so you could refer to it, and obviously reassign the keys if you needed to do so. We wanted to know if this was the end, because we thought it was, but there were still patches coming, and with these patches were coming more aircrafts. Okay, and finally, my friend the bear here has been sitting on something which I've been saving for last. This is IL2 1946. And many aircraft which were imagined or actually made it to flight but never really got to do a lot of things in the war were actually included in this. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And this is, I believe, the most recent official release of anything from IL2 as far as commercially. It included 2 discs, and the first disc contained all of the content merged, including Pacific Fighters, all on one DVD. DVD technology. Oh, mind-blowing. What will they think of next? Have to realize that there was no way to download games with this much content because, quite honestly, nobody had an internet connection that could bring this stuff in fast enough. But so what they did was they included the manual on the disc. So this was one of the first times that I saw that actually happening. And I'm looking at 2003 to 2007 as the dates on this. So the actual release date was 2007, and it came with, well, I don't have to take it out, I'll just show you. A disc 2, which is a DVD which contains movies about the making of the game, the developers, some of the amazing aerobatic teams which were competing online, some of the amazing shots of taking the sounds, sampling the sounds of these actual aircraft that they could get their hands on, sometimes just the engines, because the aircraft didn't even exist anymore. And we got them like this. Once again, I had to order everything. Nothing was in the store. I had to ask for it. You can't get anybody to order anything for you anymore. You have to order it offline. And all of this stuff is probably available from somebody who wants to sell it as a collector's set. I'm hanging on to mine forever. Honestly, I am. I really enjoy the series. It has been a hobby of mine since it came out. I'm not the greatest pilot, It's actually inspired me to go train in a real aircraft and to learn aviation a little bit, do some soloing. I never did get my private pilot's license, and I haven't excluded the idea of getting a sport and recreational class license because that's still possible. But for right now, the Bird and the Bear are going to be flying IL2, and we truly enjoy it. We truly enjoy everything about the series, and we are appreciative of the modding community, which has managed to keep this thing alive. But I wanted to say something about some of the movies that were on that DVD with the movies on it, and it's this. On the DVD that was included with IL2 1946, there was a teaser. This teaser was about a game that the team was working on called Battle of Britain, Storm of War. And if you watch this video, you can see all of the development for Britain, for the cliffs, and everything is there, and it became Cliffs of Dover. From what I understand, Oleg Maddox was being pressured by Ubisoft, his distributor, to release this game, and it just simply wasn't finished yet. And so it got released unfinished. Mr. Maddox washed his hands of the whole thing. As far as I know, he hasn't made another game, another flight simulator since. I think he washed his hands of this and put it in the hands of the modding community to keep it alive. Well, there's Team Daedalus, who does the official patches and releases now, and there is also the SAS team, which has made what is, in my mind, the very best updated version of the game, and it's constantly being updated, which is called BAT, Battlefield Air Tactical. And the idea behind this is that don't let the game die while this engine can still take more and more planes, more maps. It has expanded to the point now of where most people who play it have never flown all the airplanes because there's so many of them. Most people have never played on all of the maps because there's so many of them. The effects have become incredible, and it is very much relevant even right now because you can do the whole war, at least as far as the aerial combat was concerned. So I wanted to highlight what this game is and what it has meant to me as a simulation, and its historical value, and the content is just phenomenal. So the Bear and I, we want to say bye to you, and Don Taco Hai. Farewell.